Animals of Kenya, Animal Partnerships, and the Maasai Mara Game Reserve. How do living things depend on each other? Where in the world is Kenya? See if you can find it now without seeing the arrow first. Take a look. Find the equator. Slide across to Africa. Keep sliding to that east coast, and there's Kenya. So if people know one thing about Kenya, they know about its animals. Kenya is very famous for having a lot of the most unique and interesting animals in the world. And nowhere in Kenya is more famous for the animals than the Maasai Mara National Reserve. The Maasai Mara is 580 acres of savanna wildlife reserve with over 100 different mammal species. So if you're looking at that picture and you're like, hey, that animal looks familiar, where have I seen that before? Well, maybe you recognize that animal as the wildebeest from the stampede scene in The Lion King. If you've seen The Lion King, you've actually seen a lot of the Maasai Mara. For example, here's that famous opening scene from The Lion King. I'm not going to sing the song to you just because that would not be worth it. But if you remember that opening scene from The Lion King, here's a real-life photo from the Maasai Mara Game Reserve in Kenya. What about this wonderful shot from the introduction of The Lion King? Well, here's a real-life photo of Mount Kilimanjaro that you can see from Kenya. It's just across the border in Tanzania, and some of the best viewing of Mount Kilimanjaro is from the Amboseli Reserve in Kenya. If you didn't get the point, let's just do one more. Here's another scene from Walt Disney's Lion King. A couple of giraffes heading down the savannah. And here's some pictures of giraffes and elephants from the Maasai Mara Game Reserve in Kenya. So, now that you kind of got an idea of what some of those famous animals are, let's take a look at those animals in the Maasai Mara in a book called Animal Partnerships by Amanda Gebhardt. Animal Partnerships. This book describes some of the ways that animals relate to each other. The words partner and partnerships refer to relationships in which either both animals benefit or one animal benefits. We'll go through the details of that, all the animals there that you see in the pictures later. As the sun rises over the Maasai Mara Reserve, another day of partnerships began. Surviving in the wild is not easy, and animals cannot do it alone. The Maasai Mara is full of different kinds of relationships that help animals survive. What are relationships? Are relationships always helpful? Think of some examples. Helps me, hurts you. That's one kind of relationship. Some partnerships help one animal, but hurt the other. The animal that benefits is called a parasite. The animal that is hurt is called the host. This magnified image of a worm shows what one tiny parasite looks like close up. Some parasites, such as certain bacteria and worms, actually live inside other animals. There are several ways parasites enter a host's body. They can enter the digestive system when animals drink, or they can burrow into an animal's skin. Many parasites live in watering holes, like this one. Think of what are some of the ways that a parasite can enter a host's body. Small bugs such as ticks, fleas, and mosquitoes are parasites that feed on larger animals. How do parasites hurt their host? Their bites can itch and bother the larger animals. They can also make the larger animals sick. Ticks burrow through rhinoceros skin to suck blood. Too many ticks can bother a rhinoceros. A different kind of partner, an oxpecker, helps by eating the ticks. Helps me, doesn't bother you. A different kind of relationship. Sometimes one animal can help another without even knowing it. Large animals help protect smaller animals and birds just by being big enough to scare predators away. Larger animals can also help smaller animals find food by scattering insects and crushing plants. As they move through the plants, elephants scatter insects. This makes the insects easier for birds to catch and eat. Do you think the elephants notice the insects they are scattering? What do relationships among animals in the Maasai Mara have in common? Some animals depend on food that others drop or leave behind. In fact, some animals would not be able to find enough food if other animals weren't there to provide it. The Thompson's gazelles can only eat short grass. They follow the wildebeest and eat the grass that the wildebeest leave behind. There's that wildebeest again. Helps me, helps you. Mutually beneficial. In some partnerships, both animals benefit. Each animal has an ability that helps the other. Some have better eyesight or hearing, while others can offer the safety of larger herds. The animals travel together and protect each other. Zebras and wildebeest often travel together. Zebras watch for danger as wildebeest protect them. Ostriches use their eyesight and zebras use their sharper hearing to protect one another. And these are all animals from the Maasai Mara Game Reserve in Kenya. Baboons and impalas live close together. They share food and provide protection. Some partners don't just travel together, but live side by side. Their lives are easier and safer with their neighbors close by. As the sun sets on the Maasai Mara Reserve, many animals settle in for the night. Together, many survived another day in the wild. Here's some more information on those different creatures that we saw. There's that first parasite. Parasites often live in the water. Parasites can infect many different kinds of animals. This thorny-headed worm has been found in over 150 different kinds of animals across Africa. Fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes depend on host animals for food. There are fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes in many parts of the world. We definitely have mosquitoes here. Page 7. Many birds eat insects, and some insects are parasites. By eating the parasites, birds can help other animals. Oxpeckers pick ticks off many different animals, including rhinoceroses, giraffes, elephants, hippopotamuses, wildebeests, gazelles, and zebras. Page 8. The birds and mammals on the African plains work together in many ways. Birds like to follow large herds so they can eat the insects that scatter when the larger animals walk by. They also eat parasites, like ticks, that they find on the bigger animals. The large animals benefit also. From the air, the birds can see danger ahead and call out warnings to the animals below. Page 10. Thompson's gazelles aren't able to digest long grass, and the grass of the savanna grows quickly. That means that there would only be a short time each year when Thompson's gazelles could find enough short grass to eat. Since wildebeest eat only the tops of the tall grass, Thompson's gazelles can follow the herds of wildebeest and eat the short grass left behind. This partnership helps the gazelles to survive. Zebras can see better than wildebeest. They help wildebeest avoid danger. Some predators, like lions, like to eat wildebeest. So when lions hunt, the zebras have a better chance of escaping if they're surrounded by wildebeests. Page 14. Baboons are short and impalas are tall. When baboons are on the ground, they benefit from being near taller impalas. The impalas can see far away over the tall grass and warn baboons when predators are near. So how do the impalas benefit? Baboons are picky eaters. Baboons climb high into the trees and pick fruit. They eat some fruit and drop some fruit. Impalas eat the fruit that baboons drop on the ground. So if you really enjoyed seeing all these animals and you'd like to learn more about the animals of Kenya, there is a lot of information out there on the internet. Here's my suggestion. Go on a virtual safari. When people travel to Kenya, they often have a checklist of all the famous animals, And you're not allowed to hunt for these animals anymore like they used to. You can really only hunt with your camera. So what tourists do is they'll get a big list like this and they'll go on their safaris and they'll try to see if they can catch a picture of each one of the famous animals. So here's a list of a lot of the animals that are famous that you can find in Kenya. My idea for you is to go on a virtual safari. Use a safe site like the National Geographic Kids site and search for each one of these animals and see if you can catch a picture of each one of the famous animals found in Kenya. So I hope you enjoyed your safari. Kwaheri rafiki, asante sana.